Welcome back, looters, to the Lucky Die. Previously, Balance saves a life, Rhal gets up on the roof, and Zaltanna has a heart-to-heart. Upon saving Zaltanna moments from her death, they find the mansion empty and silent, the town of Sanctum on fire and under attack, and discuss the finer points of having power. Deciding to spend the night to recuperate after a long, horrible day, they wake up to a new horror awaiting them. Has the Night Butler reported back to the Queen of the Elves? Are the Dathridirs really safe in Fousen? And why is there a dragon approaching? I guess you're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die.
On top of this roof, seeing this dragon flying overhead, Rhal, I need you to make a con save.
V.
Don't V me.
Timmy called me on top of a roof where I'm now going to pass out and fall off of.
She might catch you.
Might.
Might. I mean,
This is so mean, V.
hardly.
It's a 14.
Okay, a 14. I think that's acceptable.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is any of this acceptable, V?
Don't complain. Don't be a complainer.
Gave me all these plot points. Eventually have to come back and bite you in the ass at some point. All right, on a 14, you're still upright. There's a little bit of something pouring out of your nose. You're right on the edge of what I'd consider not being successful on this check.
The danger zone.
Yeah, you're on the edge of the danger zone here.
It's the name of the episode.
All right. Perfect. The dragon sweeps low overhead.
No, I'm going inside, V. I go inside. I go inside.
Low overhead. Demi and Rhal jump down onto the balcony and run into the room. Zaltanna and Balance, roll me a perception check.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
It'll be difficult because all you can hear is Rhal screaming.
I got a 16.
I got a 12.
On a 16, you just catch the wings of a black dragon flying past. Zaltanna, you kind of like maybe see something dark object, but it's like you maybe catch the tail end of it, but that's kind of it really. Yeah, and as you guys see, Rhal and Demi have just like jumped down onto the balcony and are essentially running into the room.
Rhal bolts in the room. His nose is bleeding. His mouth is bleeding. His eyes are bleeding. He's losing his fucking mind.
What's going on?
We need to leave.
What? What? Why? What? There was I saw, what?
Rhal is just shaking and pointing.
Thumps on
No, Fee, no.
I'm sorry?
Rhal hides under a bed.
What? What's going
Roll
on?
a stealth check.
And he yells, the dragonborn are here. He's not excited.
Roll a stealth check.
22.
Fuck me. There's a big dragon and there are a bunch of dragonborn coming. I think I've just landed on the roof. We should probably just like bamf out of here. Let's just move. And with that, you hear the 6 things that landed on the roof land in the balcony. For the two of you who are still standing upright, yep, you see the following. You see a tall, copper-coloured dragonborn. Very little in the way of armor, carrying a very big two-handed axe. You see two slightly smaller dragonborns land, one brass, one bronze. They're both wearing kind of chainish kind of mail protection. They're carrying a short sword and a shield each. You see landing behind them two more dragonborn, one brass coloured, one white coloured. And they are wearing very thick cloth. It's almost obscuring all of their scales. You can just see a little bit around their maw and around their eyes. And they seem to be carrying daggers. And landing at the very back of the group, you see, clad in nothing but a very light robe, carrying a small orb and a book, you see there is another tall white dragonborn. I want you to roll initiative, please.
Can't we try talking to them before we roll initiative? Whatever happened
I will give you 12 seconds.
How do you say we come in peace in Dragonborn? Zaltanna's gonna turn to Rhal and be like, and like kind of like hush whisper, like, do I speak Draconic? Can you say that we're peaceful? What's going on?
Oh my goodness.
How well can Rhal whisper while hiding under the bed with the 22 stealth?
With a 22 stealth, we'll assume he's whispering and won't be noticed over the fact that there is, like, three very obvious people standing there. And no one would want to hide under a bed. By the way, the bed is in like a separate room. So like in this particular room, you could hide under a table or behind a sofa. You would have to dive into the other room to hide under the bed.
Well, I'm hiding behind something.
Okay. Let's say you're hiding behind like one of the better looking couches. I mean, they're all good, but this one's
Rhal
like real
whispers at you in a draconic. He tells you how to say "stop, please," which, to be honest, Balance probably only knows, sadly, like the first words that Rhal learned in common. He's probably mainly teaching you how to speak like words that'll keep you from dying. And
helpful in this
how
situation.
to beg for your life. Yeah, a bunch of sad shit.
So Zaltanna's gonna repeat
you
what Rhal
probably
is
wouldn't be
saying.
able to pick those up in a sentence, but you might know how to say those, just those couple words, but you probably wouldn't be able to tell them in a sentence. But Rhal tells you how to say stop.
Zaltanna does her best attempt at saying stop in Draconic.
All right.
And then I'm going to do my own thing.
Yeah. No, I'll check in with you in a second.
I want to see how this plays out first, because if they do stop, then Balance will adjust accordingly.
That's okay.
Because the thing is, I can do something else. But
all right, Zaltanna. Make a persuasion roll at disadvantage, please.
Cool, I can do that. Let me put disadvantage on. That is a 4, so that was a natural 1. So that was more like a dissuasion roll.
Whoa, you got double ones?
Oh my goodness. Zaltanna accidentally says a swear word at the
Fuck! That's an appropriate response.
Oh no. V, can I jump from
right.
behind the couch and stop
no,
them hearing her bad swear word?
We'll see what Balance is doing first, because Rhal hid as his action.
Okay,
Zaltanna yelled fuck, and Balance.
okay, Balance is going to have his hands up in the air in a or not aggressive manner. And then his telepathy allows him to communicate with people regardless of language, as long as they understand one.
Yeah.
So, assuming the big one in the middle with the axe is probably the acting leader of this troop, he's going to telepathically say to the leader, "We mean no harm. We are just bystanders."
I need to ask 2 important questions. Actually, yeah, one important question you're going to be rolling regardless. Where is the cup?
The chalice?
Yes.
Probably in his bag.
Did you attune to it?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. I need you to make a persuasion roll, please.
Okay.
At disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yes.
That's not good. Why at disadvantage? I don't like that.
Reasons.
Okay. 14.
You see them look quizzically at the 3 of you. They can obviously see Demi, I'm going to say, is close to the door, and she's not going to do an action. She's more trying to figure out what spell she can use to obliterate them all. They look confused around the room, and they look back towards the tall white dragonborn wearing nothing but a robe. Rhal, you would hear them saying, something is trying to communicate. Trying to say they are meaning no harm, bystanders. And the white dragonborn at the back, you hear them in a very kind of like hissy type voice. They respond with, that one is the one we are looking for. And they're pointing directly at Balance.
I see them pointing at me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's bad. Balance, we need to leave. They're looking for you.
Okay. Hey,
They be looking.
Now I'd like you all to roll initiative, please.
Ugh.
As you see the kind of fightery looking dudes, the 3 at the front. You just see them all kind of like roll their shoulders and get ready to go in for what is clearly about to be an attack.
Cool.
Casey, you rolled that at disadvantage.
Oh, did I? Oh, okay. I was going to be like, man, roll 20 is not my friend today.
No. You got a 15.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
That's all right. You're welcome. I was like, wait, you don't have a disadvantage in this, I'm sure.
The only disadvantage I have is my own stupidity.
No. All right. I need to roll for Dem. I need to roll for all of them. I did not pre-roll this because I'm a fool. Demi got a natural 20.
Ooh,
Cool.
ooh, banish them all.
Or just
She may be able to do that.
Banish
knock
the
them all
big-
off the balcony. Knock them
Banish
off the balcony.
big dragon. They won't know what to do without their flight.
Oh, wait a minute.
Their rider's fucked off. What's they gonna do now? All right. All right. So Demi rolled a natural 20. Rhal, what did you get?
An unnatural 20.
Filthy 20. All right.
Dirty.
The grossest.
Zaltanna, what did you get?
A 15.
Balance, what did you get?
10.
Sorry, I have a fair amount of initiatives to roll here. I'm going to roll them in their class groups. I don't wanna do
good.
them all up.
Class groups.
Yep.
Class groups, guys.
There's a couple of classes. Don't worry about it.
One of them is definitely a magic user of some sort.
Guys, even when we kill these like 6 or whatever, there's still a big one.
Pacify. You can't pacify. You don't have to kill them.
They're gonna kill me.
We tried
Or
to
me.
pacify them and they want to kill Arch.
They want to kidnap you.
I hope no. That's not okay. Also,
No, it's
good luck with
not.
that. Good luck with that. But
Good
That's
luck,
not okay.
good luck with that. Well, you'll be unconscious as fuck, won't you?
that's the only way you do it. And at that point, I'm going to be just hoping Marnak's fucking paying attention.
They're gonna put some little psi point drainer on you.
Oh.
Maybe they have psychics of their own.
Ooh.
You'd be fucked then.
Would I?
Oh my god! Like I've rolled like there are some different like groups here, okay? Of the 4 groups that are here, all 4 have rolled 13.
Okay.
Why did I even bother? Okay. this is the kind of
Sequence of events.
this is the role of this is the initiative order. We have Demi, Rhal, Zaltanna. We have the wizard, the barbarian, the fighter, the rogues, and we have balance at 10.
Hello.
Okay, this is gonna be good.
I'm so dumbfounded that my persuasion didn't work that I had a low initiative score.
Yeah, you tried talking and it was a little too long. The guy's like, nah, fuck this.
Well, you people don't like talking.
Top of the rounds, it's obvious that the this little team of Dragonborn are going to attack you. You see them all getting ready, their weapons are rolling their shoulders, and you see the barbarian about to rage. But it's Demi's go first. And she looks at all of you and she says, where's my character sheet?
Demi.
Hocus pocus.
6. If that's what Rhal says to her, then she can hocus pocus. All right. Okay. She's going to do something potentially dumb. All right, so the plan is we're going to kill them. We're going to kill them. That's going to be the plan. Cool. She throws her hand forward.
Oh, okay.
And she is going to cast... You see, like, her veins kind of, like, turn briefly black, and you see all this energy shoot out from the end of her finger, and you see her kind of, like, muttering something very quietly underneath her breath. And you see all this dark energy coalesce around the 6 Dragonborn in, like, a huge circle, and then it collapses in on them as she casts Circle of Death.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So... Circle of Death.
Well, if we were going to talk to them some more, that time
well,
is
you said
now...
hocus pocus. Each creature must make a constitution saving throw. A target takes 86 necrotic damage on a failed save or half on a successful one. All right. This is where I've got to juggle so much shit. Okay. Well, unfortunate for all of them, they all fail.
Oh, darn.
Cool.
They do death in the circle.
As this circle collapses in, all of them, you see it like enter their skin, enter their scales. And the scales you can see that are visible in the area this kind of like circle has collapsed in on them. You see those scales just like turn black and fall off. They all take 38 necrotic damage, apart from some of them who only take half because they're fucking assholes.
I'm glad that Rhal can't see that Demi can make people magically rot. That would terrify him.
What doesn't terrify Rhal, though?
All right. Cool. That was Demi's go. And then she kind of like looks around at the 3 of you because she can probably also see Rhal being where he's hidden. She's like, all right, do we run? Do we run? Do we just keep killing them? Do we try to subdue them? I don't know what to do. I just hit them with something and they hurt. Now what? Rhal. So now what is your turn?
Rhal musters up the tiniest bit of courage that he has in this terrible, terrible, mean situation that V has put him in. And
I feel like you're putting a lot on me right now.
This was mean. And he's gonna jump in front and do his hour of reaping so that they don't get closer. I'm trying to buy everyone time to do whatever.
Okay.
If they want to talk more, maybe they should calm the fuck down. But I'm going to do Hour of Reaping so that they can't come any closer because I don't want them to.
Okay.
Hour of Reaping and then just stand next to me. Hour of Reaping and then just stand next to me.
I'm standing in front of you.
You're level 10 now, right?
I'm standing in front of everyone.
I just need to check something. I believe Zaltanna could do something badass right now.
Can I?
Yeah.
What?
At level 10, you now have something called Aura of Courage.
I do. That means that no one...
friendly...
That none of my friends can be frightened?
If they're within 10 feet of you.
Yeah.
Which means now that y'all can look at Rhal turning into a specter without running away.
It's almost... It's like... I didn't know that Spectre Face was gonna happen, but my god, did our things work perfectly together.
Yes. It's beautiful. All right. It was something I was reading today when I was checking over the paladin and stuff. So, yes. So yeah, like Rhal, Zaltanna, actually it's more balance really. Like balance, as you're kind of like looking at Rhal, you're expecting that you're gonna need to be terrified. But something about Zaltanna's steady presence next to you is like, I've seen this before, it's fine, it's all good, and if the worst comes to worst, Zaltanna can hit him with her axe, it's fine.
Don't hit me with the axe.
It's just that innate feeling that the balance gets. It's coming from Zaltanna.
Okay.
It's a new thing, new and weird, but you don't feel frightened. All right, but Rhal, what do these folks need to roll?
Oh, they for sure need to roll a DC 15 wisdom saved or be frightened of my fun specter friend.
Okay.
Boo.
All right, so both of the fighters are okay.
Damn it.
Both of the rogues fail spectacularly. I need to put a note
Good.
next to them.
Fuck those guys. I don't want them near us.
Fuck them all. All right.
They
The
can
one I
jump off that balcony
have
and go away.
designated as barbarian. Do you say it was wisdom? Yeah.
Yeah.
The one designated as the barbarian also fails. Fuck me. No!
Yes.
This cannot be happening to me! Come on, wizard. I believe in you.
I don't.
Do not let me down. I believe in you, wizards. You've got this, babe. Come
Nope.
on.
Don't do it.
Oh, yeah, he is a plus. Yeah, of course, he's gonna. Yes, he got a 26. Fuck you. All right, so officially 3 of them are scared of your visage. So you see essentially the two kind of like the two dragonborn that are covered in leather, and you see you see the two covered in leather, and you see the big guy carrying the big axe. They just like take steps back, like towards the edge of the balcony, right where the wizard is standing. And you see the other two just like, what the hell is going on?
I stand with my fists ready for punches.
For punches. Okay. Do you want to try and say anything to them, or are you just going to go with scary Rhal? Don't come closer.
I don't know. No, I'm not going to say anything to them yet. I can't say anything to them. He doesn't know what to say to them.
Yeah. Yep.
They just need to go away.
Just need to go away. Speaking of needing to go away, Zaltanna, how are you going to help them need to go away?
How am I going to help them need to go away?
You could try talking to them also. I mean, you could try not telling them fuck.
How? There's like 50 of them, you said?
Yeah, there's a value perk of them, kind of just like landing on the castle right now. Yeah, there's 50 of them standing in front. No, there's only 6.
You said
It's just
I could have
6.
sworn I thought it was less than 50, but then I thought I heard you say 50 before, and I was like, wait, hold on.
There's a lot of them here, just not in the room.
Okay.
Yeah, on the balcony there are 6.
And they want my body, Casey.
Do they?
Bad touch.
I'll protect your body, I promise.
And my brain.
BFF.
Well, I can't promise I'll protect your brain. I'm not
That's
sure
the
how much of
important
one
part.
there is to protect.
Put it in a jar.
Found it on a shelf. Call it Abby normal. Let's see. Oh, I know. I'm gonna cast haste on I'm gonna cast haste onto balance.
Okay.
You disagree?
No, I does that work, V? Can I do my things?
You can do 2 lots of things if it's an action, sure. Hang on. I believe that it allows you to have an extra action. And if you were doing attacks, like I'm going to hit you in the face with an axe, you'd only get to hit once more. But it doesn't say anything specifically about psi. So your brain rushes at 3,000 miles an hour.
Oh God.
I thought it would be good
Time-
because
No.
yeah.
Dude,
Yes,
yeah.
it's good.
I'm gonna
He
cast-
can mind
Also,
thrust twice if he wants to.
I thought of something to say.
Okay.
Rhal just wants to tell them, because he knows that they're looking for balance, that they're making a mistake. So he says, "You're making a mistake," and that's it. That's his turn.
Okay, we'll deal with the result of that in a minute. You guys just hear a lot of Dragonborn coming out of Rhal's mouth.
It sounds equally terrified. He sounds very scared,
Yeah, it's terrifying.
but just a little more scary though.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a weird
Suspectory.
kind of. Yeah, it's kind of more like an echoey, kind of like really raspy sound compared to what Rhal is used to coming out of his mouth. But you assume that's because you look like a specter right now.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Yes, you have cast haste.
Okay.
However, for Zaltanna, you're used to drawing your power from Tyr, and it's normally a very happy, wonderful experience. But Tyr's symbol seems to be very heavy. When you cast through it, it just doesn't feel quite right. Like you put on a necklace and someone's added like 20 pounds to it. It just feels odd. Like maybe you can shake it off. Maybe it's fine. Just something to note. All right. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I mean, yeah, that's about it.
Okay. That's fine. That's cool. All right.
Fast as
Next
fuck, boy.
is not fast enough. He's still last initiative.
I know.
I'm sorry. All right. It is now affectionately dubbed Wizard's go.
Mm-mm.
God damn it.
The wizard looks at Rhal. Rhal, can I get you to make a persuasion check?
You got this, Rhal. I believe in you.
I'll give you all the hugs.
It's a nat 1.
The Dragonborn looks at you, and you see kind of like a scowl across his face. And the Dragonborn says, "We have not made a mistake. He has the thing we are looking for. Get out of our way." And he will cast something at you.
Demi.
Is what you're yelling at your 3,000 miles an hour.
Yeah. Demi.
To Demi, it sounds like someone's speaking normally. Like everyone else seems to be speaking so slow to her, but you're just like, Demi. She's like, someone who speaks normally. My gosh.
Demi speaks
All right.
the language of haste.
Yeah, Demi speaks the language of haste. Yes. Maybe it's evolved magic effects, like she permanently has haste cast on her mouth at least. All right.
Just her mouth moves a mile a minute.
Okay. You see the white dragonborn wizard begin to move their hands through the air, the one that is holding the orb. You see them glancing briefly at their book, but they seem to already know what they're casting. You see their eyes roll back in the back of their head. And you see them throw their hands forward and point at Zaltanna, Demi. Zaltanna, Demi. Okay. So, that being said, Demi is going to throw her hand forward and she's going to cast a counter spell. Has she already used that spell slot though?
We took a rest. She should have everything.
But one.
Hmm?
She cast a spell already.
Oh,
She cast a Circle of Death.
right. I think that's a 6th level spell.
Correct. You see them casting the spell. You see Demi just like kind of half panicking, just throw her hands forwards and just like put her hands up as if to stop. And you see the spell completely fizzle. She had a spell slot of exactly the correct level.
Thank you.
Damn. So he goes to do a mean, and then
He goes to do a super mean. I'm not gonna lie. There's a
Demi
real mean
says no.
spell. Demi says no. All right.
Can I respond to him?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
Go for it.
Rhal says, Shade Slayer is going to help us. It's on our side.
Take a persuasion check. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be pretty difficult. You do look scary AF.
Could I have dropped it? It ends. When does it end? It ends at the start of my next turn, or the?
Yes. I'm gonna say that it kind of it's difficult because of what you're asking and their fundamental beliefs. It's a very one-off line to challenge everything they would do. But
I mean, it's gonna
what
be
would
hard
have been at
regardless,
disadvantage is at advantage because you're kind of scary. If death tells you that they're working on your side, you're going to try and believe them. So I'm negating out what I would have given you as a disadvantage.
Got you.
It's just a difficult check.
Sure. Okay.
I do remind Balance, however, you do have Rowena's book, so you can give him inspiration if you guys want to wager on that.
I will do that.
It's a bardic inspiration. It's a D6.
Yes.
All right. I'm crossing so many fingers that I'm having to press the mouse button with crossed fingers.
That does take my reaction. So please do good, Neil.
Don't fuck it up. What is the yeah.
Okay, it's a 16.
D6.
And then a D6.
Please get a 6.
Wait, I think she's a D8. Hang on. I really want to make sure that you have everything. Don't roll yet. Don't roll yet. She's level 5. I think she's a D8. Yes, it's a D8. She's level 5.
Okay.
You hear this like really, really unhappy harp sound coming from the book as you open it. And it just seems to feed into whatever it is that Rhal is doing right now.
It's a 7. So 16 plus 7.
That's a good roll. That's a really good roll.
It's a good roll. It's not bad.
It's a 23.
No, V, stop it. Stop.
23 V is what I would get if I nat 20'd. I know that means
That's fine.
nothing, but
Maybe it's nothing.
I just wanted to
put it in context. It's okay.
Yeah,
some things are very difficult.
It's basically a nat 20 when you think about it.
Whatever it is about this bizarre music that comes from the book when you open it, whatever it is, you see the wizard hold his hand up and take a few steps forward in front of everyone else. And you see him lower his hands. And you see them all lower their weapons.
Okay, Rhal will
drop
briefly, his scary thing.
We are briefly out of initiative order. I'm not going to have to re-roll all these goddamn people again. I can't do this myself. What do you mean?
I mean, I know what your purpose is, what you're doing. And I'm telling you that you don't need to be worried about Shade Slayer. He's going to help us stop this. He's the only thing that can help us stop this. I don't know about the other one.
Lightburner.
Right. I don't know anything about that one, but this one I vouch for.
You see them raise a hand and they point at Balance again. And they say,
this one has the chalice. Our informant said they have the chalice. Shade Slayer cannot be trusted. They are too powerful. Their methods are somewhat suspicious, as are Lightburners.
What is the other answer then? How do we beat this thing without them? How do we not take this one risk?
If they are released upon the world, the knowledge they have, if the enemy is to get it, If they are to turn against us all and pursue their own objectives, they could kill us all, usher in a different apocalypse.
But that is not.
You have met with this Shade Slayer, and you see all of the Dragonborn clap their hands on the weapons.
I know of them. Yes. He wants to help us. He wants to stop this. It's the only way to stop this. He's nice. He's friendly. He's a person. Was a person.
We will have to talk with the Great One.
Okay. And I'm going to make a con save.
Okay. Go for it.
It's an 11.
All right, you got to do an acid attack against yourself, man. Like, there's no fucking way.
V, this is so mean. What did Rhal do to deserve this?
Neil is what Rhal did to deserve this.
11 acid damage, so 22.
Yes. Zaltanna and Balance, you see this kind of thick, gloopy mess pouring out from the slots, kind of where he would hear his ear holes are, and you can almost hear the sizzling from here. And you also see reflexively that some of these Dragonborn step forward, beginning to like pull the weapons out of their sheaths, but they don't pull them all the way. You see a couple of them like step back as if like, ugh, what kind of disgusting mess is this? But the white Dragonborn, the one in the robe, they hold their ground. You are infected.
Fuck you.
You see the kind of the big barbarian looking dude like properly like begin to take a step forward with their axe, but you see the white dragon pulling their hand on their shoulder. How have you lived this long?
People help me. People choose to help me. I help them, they help me. I could be valuable. I could help people. No one gave me that chance.
The barbarian points at your ears and they say, "You are falling apart at the seams. You are melting before our very eyes. You'll be dead soon. It'll be a small mercy for you."
Rhal just flips him off. Doesn't really respond to that and just kind of disregards it.
We will call the Great One and we will see what they wish to do.
You see them take a few steps back. You see them hold the orb high in the air. And you see a couple of very small darts kind of pass through the surface of this small orb into the sky.
Okay. Rhal needs to communicate to his party about what's happening. Hey, Balance.
Yes?
Rhal like turns his head.
Yes? Is everything... are we
No.
good?
No.
They're not killing us.
What was that? I saw something in the sky. What's going on? Do I kill them? Do I just like
No,
bounce them all now?
Damn, no. Well, hold
I
on.
told them.
I can make a
told
really
them to give
tiny
Shades-
fireball and just keep growing and growing and growing it and just explode them.
Not
Right.
yet.
Okay.
I told them to give a Shade Slayer a chance. And just to buy time. They're gonna ask the dragon, Warunwa. They're going to talk to.
They're going to bring a dragon, like right here.
Yeah,
There's a big dragon.
it's here. It's here already.
Okay.
Right? The dragon's here. It's like
Yeah.
fucking outside.
It's flying
The
around.
little
Yeah,
teleport orb, or the little message orb that the sorcerer sent isn't going fucking far.
No, the dragon is probably going to arrive in the next, let's say, 30
very
seconds.
soon. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I would rather that we speak. I've expressed from the beginning that I would rather all races are on the same side here. We have a common cause. They will find no lies in that.
They'll kill me, Balance.
Oh, shit. The
What?
fuck they will.
We're not letting that happen. You're doing a good enough
Okay,
job of
fair.
that yourself. And Balance gives he's trying to cheer you up in his own dark humor way, but he has a half smile.
Yeah.
You have friends.
Bad
We're not gonna die.
joke.
We're not going to let them kill you.
True.
Yeah, he's just bleeding from everywhere. His eyes are bleeding. Everything's bleeding.
Rhal, do you mind if I heal you? Are they going to attack me if I take a step towards you?
They don't like it, I don't think. We're not very much on friendly terms right now.
Okay, then we'll stand here for now.
Do you want I should beat someone up or what are we?
We won't win.
Okay, but I'm on standby, and she cracks her knuckles.
Demi does the same, but there's nowhere near the same amount of cracks. It's just more like a spark.
We've got you, Rhal.
We have to be ready to leave.
Can you ask them, should we stay in this room or should we step outside?
They sent a message, I'm pretty sure. Whatever is gonna come and talk to us knows where to come.
I don't know if a dragon's gonna fit in this room, Rhal.
They'll tell us where to
Alright.
That's
I
a
feel
definite
safer in the
certainty. A
room.
dragon will
I
not fit
feel-
this room.
Feel safer in the room because the dragon's outside of the room. I don't want to be outside of the room.
All right.
You hear a huge flapping of wings. You see the dragonborn push their way to the side of the balcony so that you guys can see this huge black dragonborn flying around. You hear something, you see it kind of flapping its wings, looking at the balcony, and you realize this thing is huge. This thing is, one might term, I think it's gargantuan is the correct phrase.
Yep.
Yeah. There's no way it's going to be able to sit and wait here. It takes off in the air a little bit. And then you hear a crack on the roof as it lands. You hear tiles cracking and breaking and falling to the ground below. You see kind of the roof above you kind of shake a little bit, and well, the Dathradir room is too nice to have dust that would fall from the ceiling, but any other room this is going to be happening.
Okay.
He is waiting for you up there. But you can stand on the balcony.
Okay.
All right.
Rhal motions for everyone to come to the balcony and walks with everyone to the balcony. He's fucking terrified.
Balance is standing right
Aw.
next to Rhal, shoulder
Yeah.
to shoulder.
I will also walk as close to Rhal as possible to make him feel more comfortable, but also without it becoming a comedy movie situation of us all having to shoulder our way through the doorway awkwardly.
Pardon me. Excuse me.
The Dragonborn step inside the room. They step past Rhal. They give him a bigger, wide berth as absolutely possible. All right. Technically, at some point during this conversation, Balance would have gone completely stock still and looked super tired as haste
damn
wears
it.
off.
That's fine.
Fuck.
So that's over. But yeah, just as you guys are about to take a step onto the balcony, Balance just kind of swoons a little bit. Demi drops her hand up against his back and pushes him through, and then he's fine. As she does that, she says to Balance, I'm going to keep an eye on these guys. If they move, if they even make a move towards Barrow, I'm going to blow them to pieces. So just be ready, whatever. It's going to be fun. It's all good. It's all good. Off you go. And she gives him a hard shove in the bottom of the back.
Okay.
We need
The
to
three of you
teleport.
are standing. If you tell her to teleport, she would teleport.
Oh
You just need to tell her.
Why is
The
everyone
three of
trying
you
to fight?
are standing on the balcony. As you look up onto the roof, you see this very large, very old dragon. You see it kind of resting on the roof. You can see bits of it have cracked and fallen in, so it's had to shift around a little bit. But its head is resting on kind of like their front legs, and they're looking down at you. Their wings are kind of tucked onto their body, and they're just staring down at you with these big amber eyes. I would have to hasten to say, these teeth are fucking huge.
How many balances?
But this, at least a balance, maybe two.
Okay.
You can see in its large amber eyes, however, there are patches of its eyes that are kind of almost like milky, kind of clouded over a little bit. You can see that some of its scales are not as shiny or pristine as they once were. You can see that this creature has suffered the effects of aging. You can see that this creature has suffered some battles and some scars. Almost looks kind of newish. There's a wound sort of on their lower jaw, which has begun to heal over. It's not like super fresh. You could judge, at least somewhere between 2 months and a week. Like it's hurt, kind of healing over. It looks down at you and it focuses on Rhal. It just waits.
Rhal avoids eye contact. You are trying to destroy a great potential ally. There is no other way to stop the apocalypse that is happening. Shadeslayer is already helping us stop these things. We're understanding how we need to stop things.
Are you speaking in Draconic or Common?
Draconic, probably, because he doesn't assume that it speaks Common.
The dragon responds. Its voice is deep. It's kind of that low, bassy sound that makes your bones rumble. Every part of this building is rumbling. If you were in the deepest basement or where you guys are standing, you'd hear his voice. He says,
Shadeslayer, Lightburner, there have been many apocalypses. There will be many more. My ancestral grandmother, she saw those two for what they were. Power-hungry, deceitful liars, detached from their own morality. Their methods unorthodox and coldly cruel. This world has seen many apocalypses. I have seen one or two in my youth. We are still standing. I don't doubt that this world will continue to stand long after my death. I have no doubt that even if Lightburner and Shadeslayer were not to be reconstituted, that you would avert this apocalypse. My job, my Dragonborn's purpose, is to keep them in check. If we stop them being reformed, we don't have to keep them in check. Who is Shadeslayer to you?
Rhal explains to him all that he knows about the person, if that makes sense, the few details, basically saying he was a gnome, someone with a family. His family was killed by a dragon.
I know. My great, etc. grandmother. She sacrificed them.
Why? Why did they do that to his family? Why do you insist on harming people that have done nothing?
This is the first time that the Dragonborn, my family, have ventured from Demarius. Other than the sick and the misguided, of course. We have come here because we have met someone who knows where all the relics are. It is too late to stop Lightburner. They are already on their path. I sent others of our brethren out to deal with her. But, with regards to Shadeslayer, they are yet to be completed. We have tried to harm no innocent. Demarius' mother was trying to become a lich of sorts. It was she who killed Shadeslayer's family. Demarius thought this was an exceptionally bad idea and forced to turn against her own mothers and sisters. It was the lich, not our people, who killed Shadeslayer. Your companions,
Yes.
tell me about them.
We're trying to stop the apocalypse. What do you want to know?
Why do they stand with you in solidarity? I could incinerate you all, melt you down with a single breath. Why do they stand with you looking pensive and the other so angry?
Because I've helped them. They help me. They are nice to me. I help them. It makes us friends. It makes us valuable to one another. Instead of just throwing away the people who would still do things for you. Maybe we can't be under lots of stress. Maybe we won't make great fighters. I could have been a farmer. I wanted to help. I always had good intention. I did not deserve to die. There are other people who think that as well.
You see them kind of, their nostrils flare open, and all three of you can feel like this movement of air as they're clearly sniffing. They kind of lean forward a little bit, and their faces maybe a couple of bounces away from your own.
You are cursed.
I am sick.
I'm sorry.
And they kind of pull back again.
I think like Rhal looks up for the first time and like makes eye contact for just a brief second before looking back down. Just remains quiet.
The dragon shifts languages. And in common, they say,
Have you two attempted to help his pain, help end his affliction? How has he survived this long?
On many occasions.
Yeah. Obviously, we're his friends. That's literally what friendship is.
How has he survived this long?
I keep calm. I had people help me be calm. If I am calm, I don't hurt.
When he's in pain, when he's bleeding, we heal him. When he's feeling unwell, we console him.
We had smelling salts for a while, too.
Fucking goddamn it.
You see the dragon kind of like...
You did not.
You
We
see
did,
the dragon
though.
kind of like turn its head a little bit and look down at the angry dwarf, and he says,
There is a smelling salt to prevent this developing further?
No.
It was to wake him up when he passed out.
you kind of like see him twist his head back to normal.
We've tried curing it as well, but no luck on that.
There is but one cure, I am afraid.
What is it?
I need one of you. No, I need Zaltanna. I need Zaltanna to make a persuasion roll, please.
Okay.
Not balance?
No,
Oh.
sorry.
Oh my god, why? Okay. That is a 12.
something Daemarius cannot afford to lose. Where is Shadeslayer? You spoke as if you know him. I wish to speak with them.
Balance is gonna mentally prod Marnak.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Don't.
And then just in his head be like, how do you want to play this, buddy?
Don't fucking do it. Don't do it.
The problem is, if this dragon figures out that we're lying, then we're all dead.
If it doesn't fucking lie, if
Well,
it knows you're here and you don't change its mind, you've got a fucking problem.
Listen, I am leaving
If you don't
this
change
choice
its
up to
mind and it
Marnak.
doesn't know you're here, we might be still able to like walk away.
Well, I want to see what Marnak wants to say.
as you kind of probe a little bit to Monarch, you can tell he's very pensive and he's very concerned. And he says, until we can trust this dragon more not to incinerate us, we would be wise, I think, not to provoke your death.
Understood.
I have a feeling I know where I would go. But I'd rather enjoy your company. I don't wish to see you come to any harm.
I appreciate the sentiment, and I agree. Okay, so Balance is going to look up at the dragon and say, Shadeslayer is hidden away.
We will need one of those relics, at least until I can speak with Shadeslayer. We still have our purpose to fulfill. We still have our role. Destroy them if they cross the line again.
If I may speak my mind freely on this.
You see Warunwa kind of like smile a little bit. It's kind of disconcerting because their smile shows all their teeth. They're very sharp.
Ugh.
Balance is holding his own.
Oh,
He's,
no.
he's feeling the courage of his friends.
He's about to have to make a roll. That's bad for Balance. There it goes
Balance is
well.
doing what he does best.
Not making rolls.
And for the record, he
Don't
has
do
his,
things that are gonna. Just warning you.
Fair point.
You might want to do things that don't require rolls.
This is D&D. It's required.
Go for it.
For the record, mantle of leadership focus. Very important.
Yeah, yep.
If I might lay bare my thoughts, there is an old saying of keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I would dare argue that the best way that you could do your purpose would be in allying instead of being an enemy. Or rather, at least, I guess being on neutral terms would be my best way to explain it. I believe that all of us have the same purpose here in trying to live through this apocalypse, trying to prevent it, trying to stop what is coming, trying to save the lives of everyone in this world that we can. Would it not be better then to work alongside such people? To try to unite all peoples within the world as best we can? I would think it would be better to make sure that you keep everybody in check by working alongside them and guiding them along the correct path instead of letting them wander down the wrong one and then needing to do something worse.
Lightburner, we believed, was being guided down a good path. When they were revived, however, when we checked upon them once again, they had done many deplorable things. The dead walk the earth again because of her. We have been training for millennia to be able to stop these two at their full height. Not Everyone is meant to be a guide, or a teacher, or a fighter, or a lover, or a farmer. Some of us are meant to be the checks and balances of the powerful in this world. We are the check and balance for Lightburner and Shadeslayer. There are others better suited for the task of guiding them into the light. Shadeslayer could be a good person. I don't know. But we do not want to risk another great darkness in this world when the gods themselves are dying.
You're aware of their passing, then?
When I visited Kino recently, I met an old tiefling lady who had great knowledge. She told us a great many things. Where the relics are, who the important players are. It's how we knew that you have the chalice.
If that is the case, then I would assume that you were also informed that the reassembling of Shadeslayer was intended by the gods.
Daemarius didn't trust. The gods choose the two most powerful people on Bikron as it was at the time. Great heroes in the cause of stopping Daenerys' mother, even if their methods were somewhat nefarious. She wanted to make sure that there were people that could stop them. Of course, a great many heroes have been made and lost since then, but these two concerned her the most. The gods may have deemed that these two are to be saved and split into pieces, saved for the future, but their choices are still mortal. They can choose to work for the darkness just as Lightburner has done. If I am to trust Rhaljack's word...
Uh-oh.
Then
I didn't name drop, did I? God damn it, V.
You're welcome.
Then can't say V.
Sure.
Fuck. 8.
It's like when you get called to the principal's office.
Damn it, yeah, you need a breath weapon, please.
V.
You can pass out afterwards.
It's a 26.
26 acid damage. Ouch.
V.
If I am to trust Rhaljack's word that Shadeslayer is a good person who wants to stop this apocalypse, I would need a gesture that my trust is not misplaced. That trust needs to be reciprocated.
How do we earn that? What could we possibly do?
Let my people hold on to the chalice for the time being. When you have all the other pieces, we will return it, and we will simply watch Shadeslayer. We will even work with them if they prove to be as good as you say. But we will always be watching them. And if they put a toe over the line, we will destroy them, as we are planning on destroying Lightburner.
You see them lean forward and reach one of their massive, talons down. Palm open.
Trust is a two-way street. How do we know that we can trust you as you wish to trust us?
I will give you my word that I will cure Rhaljack. This I could promise.
How?
You see them smile a bit and look down at Zaltanna.
There is a small trial that Rhaljack will have to go through. I will oversee the trial. But ultimately, the component he needs is my heart.
Oh, you have to win the dragon's heart. That's cute.
I think you mean...
Can I get an aura read on this?
Sure, you can try.
I'd like to try.
Sure.
Does he get advantage because of how big the dragon is? It probably has a bigger aura.
I have advantage regardless.
The bigger the dragon, the bigger the aura.
It's a 15 insight check.
All right, let me just open up his character sheet.
He's got a character sheet, guys.
Of course he does.
You know what that means, though? If it has a stat block, it can be killed.
If it has a head, we can kill it. If it bleeds, it could die.
This is the worst day of my life.
This is awesome.
You're doing
Fuck
okay
you.
so far, man. You're doing okay so far.
No, I love this. I'm fucking debating with a dragon.
That's not good.
This is no. Listen, me,
That's the
Arch.
bad
This is
thing
filling my
about it.
desires. This is what I want out of D&D. Slaying a dragon's cool and all, but what about arguing with one? Diplomacy, knowledge.
For the briefest moment, you can completely and utterly read this dragon.
Oh,
Got on that one.
oh,
Boo!
no, great, no.
Aura's so big, biggest aura.
Biggest aura in world.
It's the big list.
This dragon has a very old feel to him. You think perhaps he's mourning something or about to lose something. And staring at him, you realize he's being completely and utterly truthful. There's even a part of him that seems to be willing to embrace death. Whether it's no, you would know now because you're a natural one. He would be willing to give up his life for Rhal, to cure him of the illness, of the curse, of the disease that is affecting him. He seems to have a bit of a soft spot for Rhal. You, not so much. Zaltanna, indecisive. But Rhal, a little bit of a soft spot for.
I didn't have that effect on people.
He does. Everyone just wants to hug him.
Okay, and mentally balance is just gonna. Monarch, is this all right? In the end, this is your piece. Based on what I've read, though, it seems like they're willing to actually work with us.
If they don't give it back, Demi has seen the chalice. She could probably teleport to it.
I don't like that was your response.
I don't want to die.
And I don't either. That answer makes me feel like you're hiding something. You're dodging.
I am. But I am willing to trust this. Because there may be a way out in case we are double-crossed.
As long as we're not the ones that become the double crosses. And Balance leaves it at that.
Yep. That's fine.
And he reaches into his bag and pulls out the wonderful mystical magical chalice. And very slowly just puts it into the claw.
You see the claw kind of closing slowly around it once your hands are completely free so they don't accidentally nail you to death.
Please.
You see them, you close around it, put it back up to where they are, and again they just rest their head on both their hands.
I will send one of my Dragonborn with you to wherever this temple that Shadeslayer will be remade is. They will not tell me where it is. You can stay safe from me, at least in your own mind. They will be able to contact me when the time is right.
How do you know who I am?
The old tiefling from Kino. When we brought her back to Demarius, she told us where the relics were. She told us who would be holding them. And then she told us that there would be a black dragonborn whose name is Rhaljack, that there would be an elf holding the chalice, and two rather angry murderous women there, a dwarf, and some kind of variation on human.
Does a Thorin know?
No. Why would he know of you?
No reason.
Deception check.
Oh, God damn it. 19. I know a Thorin.
Nah, no reason he'd know who Rajak was. Nah, none at all. None at
I was just
all.
wondering. Just, old buddy of Thorin. I know of him from when I was up there.
I met him that one time at a baseball game. We had a beer together.
His insight does not see through.
Ooh.
You just lied to ancient black dragon. How do you feel?
Fuck.
Thank you for the trust you are placing in us. And we are trusting you.
Thank you.
I will see you hopefully one day soon, and we will cure your sickness.
Evie.
Rhal makes awkward eye contact again.
Telepathically,
Yes.
Balance is going to say
Yeah.
to Rhal, he's going to say, this might be pushing our luck, but could you ask if maybe they know where the Clockwork Heart is? Since they seem to know all this, it would make things a lot easier. Just because I get the feeling that they don't like me so much. They like you, though. Apparently, this dragon has a soft spot for you. I'm not even kidding. Their aura is very... they like you.
God damn it. Do you know, since you are holding that one, we still don't have the Clockwork Heart. Do you know where it is? We have people looking for it.
It is in a place called Folsom Fasim.
Okay, we'll Google it.
Wait. But no, that doesn't
I don't know where that is.
Falsifasim.
that's the temple, I'm pretty sure, isn't it? Like that's just another term for the temple. Right? We've learned this, Fee. This is known.
If you believe it to be known. While Arch digests that, the dragon says,
I will be taking my Dragonborn home now. We will deal with Lightburner and focus our efforts there. I will talk to you soon, Rhal Jack Tessaran.
and with that, with a great push off of the ground, off of the roof, the tiles crack a bit more. You see one section of the roof completely cave in, and the dragon takes flight.
Question.
Yes.
Is the town to the south still being assaulted by whatever the fuck?
If you kind of like stand and look around for more than a few seconds, it's still smoking, it's still on fire, but you see the great ancient black dragon flying their way towards that area.
Oh, never mind. Okay. I was gonna be that asshole and be like, could you do this one favor? Could you go help the people that are over there? Because they're kind of getting old.
Destroyed by Dragonborn. Okay. The Dragonborn inside, you see kind of like, as you kind of like look around, you can see the white Dragonborn in the robe conversating very quickly with the others, and they kind of like make their way to the edge of the balcony, and most of them, like especially the rogues, just like climb down without any trouble at all. The fighters kind of pick their way down, and the barbarian just gives no fucks and just leaps over the side, yelling in rage. What you guys want to do now?
The wizard is staying behind.
Yes.
Well,
Rhal,
yeah, I think I'm unconscious.
I was literally about to say, as these creatures make their way out and things begin to calm down just that little bit, Rhal passes out. Hey everyone, it's V here. We want to say a big thank you to Kareem, who did the voice of Warunwa. You can check out all their Twitter details in the links and in our Twitter account to follow them. They're amazing and awesome, and they were the voice exactly as I imagined for Warunwa. So yes, I'm so happy, and they did an amazing job. So thank you so much, Kareem. If you want to check out their stuff, go check out the Audio Drama Hub podcast, where they talk about all things audio drama related. Kareem is a big voice over there, so go check that out. We want to say thank you to all of our patrons for helping us out and helping us manage to run the show and pay for all the little things like websites and uploading and stuff. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much. Other than that, just leave us reviews wherever you can leave reviews, because it really helps people find the show and work out exactly what we're about. So, all right, guys, thank you very much. Also, the dragon wasn't that bad, Neil. It's fine. Rhal didn't need to hide under a sofa. All right, bye.
V.
Rhal, if I die because of your stupid backstory.
My backstory, they're here for you.
I killed the wrong person.
They're here for you. This is your backstory, fucking me over.
Wow. Wow, Arch.
I would argue
Racist about the Dragonborn shit. Good. Oh, they're Dragonborns. Even though they said they're here for me, it must be because of Rhal.
yes.
Yes, Neil did this. Neil was like, what I want with this character is for it to just fuck with Arch. That's all I want. That's all I want.
Okay, but
You know what?
actually,
I
wouldn't
would
have,
believe that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wouldn't have trouble believing that you did that.
Tell me Arch's backstory, and I'm just gonna interweave my bullshit into it. It'll be the best.
The truth comes out.
You heard it here, guys. Listeners, you're not going to hear this because Neil's going to cut it out, but you heard it here.
Because he makes himself sound funny.
You can't hide the truth.
Only one can be funny.